Ah, yes. What the hell? I'll go live. Just temporarily, just see what happens. Just for the fun of it. It's my whole life is like in the gutter. And is this working? Yes. Good it is. Good. Good. How you doing, King Frog? I won't be on too long, but I just my whole life is in the gutter here. But I figured, what the hell? Let me stream briefly. How are you tonight? I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear it. I don't have much to say. I feel just miserable. I feel anxious. I feel, how much of this nonsense can I go through in one lifetime? I don't know. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Do you have? I should check out your channel. Do you have some videos up, or I'll watch them sometime? Uh, Hello, chicken dinner. How are you? It's good to see you. My favorite, our resident Chad. Good to see you. I don't have much to say. I'm not really animated tonight. I'm just sort of tired and miserable and anxious. But here I am. Yeah, he had to go to sleep. He's got to get up early, so he's in bed. He won't be joining. The streams are less interesting when it's me alone. But how old do you think I am? How old do I look? Take a guess. I'll tell you. But you tell me how old you think I am. How old do you think I am? How old are you, toucans? Yeah, I'm a bit older. 42. Do I really look 48? Wow, no. Yeah, 40. I'm in my 40s. Well, no, I wonder if I shave, if I'll look younger. Got the beard. Maybe I should just go and shave tonight. Maybe I will. Maybe for a change. Maybe I'll record a video of it. Wow. And I guess I'm lucky because I'm over 40 and I'm not as gray as you. You must have gone gray early. Well, I found my first gray hair when I was like 27, but that was like 15 years ago, and because I thought, oh shit, I'm gonna. I found a few gray hairs at 27. You might see a few in there. My hair is actually lightened. My hair is like a lighter brown now than it was when I was in my 20s. So my hair is lightened, but it didn't go gray or silver. It got like more of a mahogany. My hair used to be actually a bit darker than this. You can kind of see some gray in there. So I started graying at 27, but 15 years later, not dramatic in that sense. Most of the gray is in the beard. So I mean, you can see some gray curls. Okay, months of abuse at work. Okay, so you've gone through it too. I mean, I have even crazier stories than the ones I've shared recently. So you've gone through it too, Toucans. Hmm. What's your beard look like? Like this? Okay, so you don't have a beard. So when you were at work when you were 28, they noticed a few gray hairs. 10 years later, what you're totally gray is what you're saying, or near to it? Oh, you can't grow a beard. Well, I never. That was one of the problems. I of all the problems I've had, facial hair was never one of them. I've shaving since I was like 13, so I never had a problem with facial hair personally. All right, what else is going on tonight? Uh, wait. Toucans, you said you were 38 and you didn't have to start shaving till you were 35. Sounds a bit unbelievable. 35 needs to shave. I mean, you think you at least have to shave some stubble or something. You're saying you didn't have any facial hair till you were in your mid 30s. Oh, that's unusual. Oh yeah, Toucans. You're actually what? You're Latino, which is mestizo. I guess you do have a lot of the native blood, but still, wow, yeah, Mexican, right? Okay, but still, then you have some of that conquistador Spaniard in you, a little bit. You don't get those the beard genes. Yeah. Oh, no. Ugh. No, I didn't actually go out tonight. I had to go out earlier and visit my mother, who's playing all kinds of games. My brother and I went to go see her, and I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do about her. But that was this afternoon. And a quick trip to the grocery store. No, didn't go out tonight. What about you, Toucans? You just got home? Yeah, I guess I wanted a career when I was younger. Um, kind of. But I never knew what I wanted to do. I never knew. Others just sort of seemed to gravitate towards something, and they made connections. And they knew people who were in an industry they wanted to go into. And I never managed like in school. I never mastered socialization in school. So by the time I finished high school, started college, I was like socially in the same position as like a middle schooler or something. Whereas others were now ready to start their young adult life. So I wasn't even in a position to yeah, I would say so. I mean, I've had some experiences, but it's been so long. I think it's fair to call me a true self. Yes, King Frog. I think the advice people give is good if you fit that mold, but it doesn't apply. It's like a shoe. It's not one size fits all. For people like us, The advice might work for some, but it's not going to work for people like us. I agree. I agree. Most were in my 20s and were brief. I've never been in a relationship, an LTR. I was usually hitting on chicks at like gas stations that I worked at, and occasionally finding one who'd say yes. But I'm in my 40s now, so it's been over 10 plus years. So I think it's safe to say Inkwell for sure. True cell. Well, I don't know. I can start counting like the chick I fingered, but the bodies. Is this freezing up? Is this freezing up? There's like a delay on my end, a lag. Okay, well, it seems a little better now. Yeah, I don't know if it's. It might be the little Wi-Fi antenna thing. I don't know if it's I don't know if bars or whatever. I'll have to make a video about my previous experiences. But oh, Lone Hiker's here. I'm sorry, my stream was lagging. Now it looks better. So I'm sorry. Did I lag? Did you hear me? No, it's hi Lone Hiker. Well, you can go to sleep if you have to. I didn't really want to stream. I don't know. Dumb kept suggesting it, so I said, "Well, all right, maybe I'll come on for briefly." But I don't know, since I'm unemployed and all. It's going out of focus. Oh yeah, today in the mail. That was a proof of unemployment, but if you watch any of my videos, you know anything about my recent history. No, I toucans. I don't expect you to watch my videos, but I've told this story too many times now. No, I was threatened by a coworker in front of the boss. The boss got angry but yelled at me, and the coworker kept threatening. Yeah, he was a very bad man, and the boss took it out on me, and I sort of lost interest in showing up, and I was late a bunch of times, and they fired me. I was threatened. So I was unemployed. But before that, I was in the hospital back at Christmas. So I was out of work for a number of months. So my unemployment isn't as high as it would have been had I been working continuously. So I might have to go back and get a job if my unemployment's not going to be enough. And I got shit going on with my idiot parents. My mother's playing games. I got to make a video about it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I replaced vapes. I'm sorry, I replaced cigarettes with vape. I gave up cigarettes for vape. I mean, there are times I do kind of want like a real cigarette, an analog cigarette, that you light up with fire and you inhale the tobacco leaves as they burn. There are times I do crave it, but on the whole, this is much easier and doesn't stink up the car or your jacket or whatever. Yeah, totem, I'd like to, but my experience, I've been calling lawyers. I called like Christ, a dozen lawyers, and most of them didn't call me back. One got back to me and said, "Well, we can't take this case, but we'll recommend another lawyer." So I called this other lawyer. Yeah, a whole bunch of lawyers. They're all saying the same thing. Well, you weren't there because remember, I was in the hospital. I was out of work. I got this job only like 4 months ago. And they're like, "Well, you're only there for 4 months, and there's at will employment, and there's not a lot of money in this. It's not like you were there for years." And so a lot of these places don't want to take this on. So I'm not even, and I can't. I guess if I paid them money, they might do something. But I was looking for a contingency where they agree to take the case, and if we win, we get something. But most of them, first of all, most haven't even called me back. I called. I spoke to secretaries or paralegals, told the story. And I said, "Okay, we'll get back to you." And it was over a week ago. Hardly anyone's getting back to me. So the truth is, Yeah, but Totem, your live stream is you playing video games. I thought. So who the hell would want to watch a whole video like that? Unless what you did a reaction video. I thought that's how you spelled totem, like totem pole, Totem, right? Okay, and did you respond to it, or did people? What was the audience's reaction? No, okay. Oh, interesting. Oh yeah, well I know tot means dead in German, so I guess tot and delete. I guess it's all very similar. But I thought totem was from totem pole because his avatar is like a cartoon totem pole topper or something. Yeah, it is a shit place. Probably high turnover. Some of the guys have been there for a few years. Yes, lone hiker. I get it. Delete as in kill. Totem, but yeah, but totem isn't that what the Pacific Northwest Indians for the totem poles, the depictions. Hello, doggo food. I'd love to visit Los Angeles again. I haven't been there in a couple decades. I was like a teenager when I was in Los Angeles, so we're talking 20 plus years ago. But I really can't afford to go anywhere. Well, I think Rollins, a couple reasons. He was probably desperate for drivers. That's probably the first reason. Uh, well, that's the main reason. Probably because I had applied there, and they called me back like a few weeks later. Because at first they told me they weren't really looking for a driver; they needed someone maybe a couple days a week. Then they called me back and they said, "Oh, we need you to work, 6 days a week." So it's possible they fired someone else. Maybe I was that person's replacement. Maybe Rollins fired one guy and said, "Fine, hire that hippie." Just because maybe yeah, who knows? I honestly don't know. Because at first they only wanted me a few days a week. I'm like, well, this isn't really a full time job. But then they when they call back, like, oh, we need you 6 days. I'm like, oh, you told me 2 or 3 days. So they might have Rollins might have fired somebody else, and then I became the new replacement, whipping boy. See, and Cthulhu Sloth is here. Cool. Uh, I don't know if you can just go visit Australia. Not Australia. What the duh? Freudian slip. Dumb. No, Antarctica. King Frolly, you mentioned Antarctica. I don't know if you can just go to Antarctica. You might be able to take a little ferry boat from Argentina and like see the coast or something. I don't know how you'd explore there unless you were an actual scientist or part of some. Well, we've sort of been all over the place. Right now, we're talking about my current job situation getting terminated. Uh, I think that's what we're talking about. I sort of lost track. Or Antarctica. Something about Antarctica. Yeah, see, King Frog. Yeah. So your dream is impossible. To dream the impossible dream. I don't really like show tunes, so I'm not going to sing that one. But Jesus Christ, why does everyone keep asking? I guess it might be easier just to stream. I make these videos to put them out there, but I got to explain everything. Oh my god, it's a long-winded story. Maybe I'll go into it, or you can just watch. I have like fucking 4 videos about the whole saga. Well, everyone keeps changing the subject. It's like you asked me one question, then he asked me another question, and the chat starts freezing. Not the chat, the stream starts freezing up. It's like we were talking about beards at one point, then we jumped to, I don't know, totem poles. That's where anyway the wind blows, wherever this goes. This really tall fag threatened me with physical violence right in front of the boss. He was pissed because I was in front of him at the scanner machine. And this tall fag was having a bad day. He's bipolar. And he goes, oh, hurry up. And I said, gee, should I scan this side or this side? We have the barcode on either side of the keychain. He goes, dude, this isn't the day for it. I'll break your fucking jaw. I'll put you in the hospital. I don't care about my job. So he says that to me. The boss is right there. Boss gets pissed. He knows what he's hearing is wrong. But the boss starts yelling at me. I don't need to hear threats of workplace violence. So I just sort of walked out of there. Then they had me write a report, and him wrote a report. And then he just got, more, the tall fag got more condescending. A few days later, he was talking to another guy. Other guy walks away, and the tall fag pretends to talk to him when I'm standing there and goes, I don't have a black belt, but I got a black boot. I tell people to get one warning. The 6'5" motherfucker, he wasn't punished. He's threatening me. The boss is getting nasty with me. I just sort of lost the, No, it wasn't Todd. Todd doesn't work. Todd, he's on Neat Bucks. And I don't think all tall fags are bad, but I think tall fags don't get pushed around. So they think they're self-entitled motherfuckers. No, it's not that all is forgiven. I think he's openly admitted to it. But I don't know. You're right. Maybe the boss forgives him or turns a blind eye or worships him because he's 6'5" or is scared of him. I don't know. You have to watch. I didn't take all that time to make those videos. If you really want to know, just watch the damn videos. I'm tired of repeating myself. Then I understand you don't really want to sit through a whole video. But sometimes it's just to put it out there in a video form. Stream is more. All right, buddy? Yep. Stop pounding your desk. Oh, all right. Well, I figure what the hell. They wanted me to stream. Sideshow Clique. You want to join in real quick or no? They want to say, no, you got to go to bed. It's already too late. So I'm pounding my desk. It's too loud. Oh, because the windows. You can still put you can put your fan on if you want. Oh, because I'm gonna leave mine because. Okay. I figured I'll stream for like an hour, maybe. Sure. Yeah, they fired me. I guess technically it was tardiness, but they wanted to cover. I mean, once something like that happens, the guy threatens you. He doesn't get punished. He threatens you covertly again. Nothing comes of it. How am I supposed to get excited about working there and pretending everything's fine? The guy wasn't punished. He had no remorse. He probably was the dirty fighter type. He probably attacked me, and clearly the boss and the dispatcher didn't care. So, of course, how am I supposed to get excited about showing up on time? It became like, fuck this. It became very much like, what the hell? A dentist in Antarctica, I guess, working with the scientists, you're a personal dentist. Am I in trouble? Well, I got fired, so. Oh, we put the heat on tonight. I still got, if you can see it, you probably can't. There's a window fan. I didn't close my windows. We put the heat on. It was a chilly night in Jersey. Here, let me show you. And I told him. The window fan is behind the black fan. I like air blowing on me. And my room is actually a bit warmer for the time being. In the winter, it becomes an ice box. For now, it's warmer. So even though the heat's on, I still have my one window fan in the window. But I was talking to my brother. He's trying to get some sleep, and here's me pounding my desk because he closed his windows today. Now, these are sweatpants because well, it's midnight here. I might go to sleep at some point. So, yeah, I changed my sweatpants. I'm done for doing anything today. Yeah, the window, there's a black fan. Behind the black fan, if you can see, inside the window is a window fan. So I close the window pane or whatever, the glass, and just the fan sort of sits. Yeah, but yeah. So the window is slightly open, yes. And it blows in air from outside. Because even though it's a cooler night and we put the heat on, this room is pretty warm. So I like to have some outside air blowing in. My King Frogget asks, what's my autistic interest? It's varied over the years. And right now, I honestly don't know. Getting SSDI, getting Neat Bucks, getting some kind of security. But I'm in such a depression. And I've had other work stories, which everything snowballs. They all pile on and, they all contribute. So I haven't really been mentally sound since I was in my mid 30s. So it's hard to say. But I always loved maps. As a kid, I loved maps. I remember I was a little boy, and I think I've told this story. I had a at the time, my room was much smaller than this. The house we lived in was like a small room. I had a giant map of the United States and a giant map of the world. And I didn't have many friends, but one kid came over to do a school project. And he said to me, he goes, um, he says, I don't get it. In my room, I've got a poster of the Ninja Turtles and a poster of Thundercats. You've got maps. Why would a kid want maps? But I love maps. And I remember when the Soviet Union and Yugoslavia fell apart. My maps are out of date, but they're making these new countries and stuff. So I always loved maps as a kid. So maps were one of my interests. Yeah, but I mean, I'm kind of slow with technology. I don't know, like, how do I do this on my phone and walk around? How do I switch from computer to phone? If let's say I'm sorry, okay, I'm on the computer now, I want to go out. I want to take my phone with me. How do I not kill the stream and keep it going? Just switch to a phone. Someone can explain it to me. I'll try it. 2 cans, please. Ask someone else here. I'm tired of answering the same questions over and over. No offense. I know. I understand. For many people, it's the first time they're hearing it. No, I was delivering auto parts most recently. Yes. But I get it. It's the first time you've been here, so I understand there'll be redundancy. The first time you've been around, so all right, I get it. I understand intellectually. And it's like, oh god, this story again. That's correct, King Froglet. Well, I think the boss didn't really care for me from the get go, but there were times the first time I realized was before that well, yeah, what happened was there was one. I don't know if I told the story. I'll tell you the story. I was working there for like 3 weeks, and I actually wanted a shirt like our uniform, the shirt for the auto parts place, because I was a new driver and I'd go to some of these places and they wouldn't recognize me. So I understood, like, okay, if you're brand new off the street, they're not sure you're going to last. But after 3 weeks, I thought, let me ask for a shirt. So one day I got back to base and I went to the boss and I said, hey, Henry Rollins, question for you. And I was going to ask him for a shirt. I said, hey, question for you. And he gave me this dirty look and he goes, I'm in the middle of something right now. And they got on the phone to order his lunch. Now he's the boss. If he wants to order his lunch, fine. But there's a self-importance. I'm in the middle of something right now. He could have said, oh, I'm busy. Give me a sec. All I wanted to do was ask, can I get a shirt? So I just walked away. I never asked him. The next week he took a vacation. And they sent this visiting manager from another store. And the visiting manager said to me, I didn't ask him. The visiting manager says, hey man, where's your shirt? I said, oh, well, I tried asking for it. And he goes, oh, I'll get you a shirt. So the visiting manager got me a shirt. Very nice guy. I don't know what this boss man's problem was. He had this arrogant ass, but not with everybody. With others, he was nice. He seemed to dislike me for some reason, which means I guess all the rules and law and order go out the window when it comes to me. He has no problem with someone threatening somebody if he likes that person, and he has no problem with someone getting threatened if he doesn't like them. I don't like him either, me Banks. Trust me, I didn't like him either. And you're right. And the dispatcher was also a dipshit, kind of like a toady, boot-looking idiot. None of the people there struck me as, okay, now this is going to sound arrogant, but here goes. I'm not claiming to be a brilliant anything, because I'm kind of a moron. I am kind of a moron. And which is why it amazes me. The people at that job struck me as pretty stupid. And I think the boss was a little smarter than the rest of them, but not as smart as me. I know it sounds like a cope. I'm not saying I'm a genius. Man, if I'm a moron, these guys are really fun. So most of those people were morons, and the boss was a little smarter. I guess in the land of retards, the dimwit is the king. And I do wonder if he saw me as a little too intelligent, a little too bright, a little too a stare or two ahead. I do wonder about that sometimes. I mean, I didn't think less of him for being a little dumber, but I tried to be polite with him, and I think he might have felt like with the others he could say something and maybe it sounded intelligent, or maybe he was giving an order that to me was obvious, but they needed like guidance on, so he could be like the smart one. But then with me, I sometimes wonder, it could be a cope. I know it sounds like one, but there are many times I thought, again, I'm not a brilliant anything. This guy, it's hard to put a finger on. He seemed smarter than the rest, but not that smart. He would say things to me. I'd be like, "Yeah, I know. You're preaching to the choir here, man." But I wouldn't say that, but I think that. But it was. I know it sounds like a cope, but part of me thinks, man, he was even before all this happened. There was something not very bright. I can't put a finger on it. Yeah, but Cthulhu Sloth, has anyone threatened you in front of the boss, and the boss blame you for it? Yeah, I really like them. I really like these geek bars. They're good. I like them. They have them in Los Angeles? I thought it was regional. No, no, toucans. I don't usually smoke weed. No, no. I look like a hippie, but no. Wow. See that King Froglet? Okay. Okay, that's comparable. I like King Froglet's story. A dude put a box cutter. Now, what kind of box cutter was it? Was it one of those small silver ones, or like a large? I got some box cutters around here somewhere from all the retail jobs. Was it one of those little silver ones, or was it like one of those large knife-like ones? Hmm. Hmm. That's right, me Banks. That's what they tell us. It was box cutters that allowed them to overpower the pilots. Yeah, how tall are you, King Froglet? I'm 5'9". This tall fag who threatened me was 6'5". Boss is probably about 6'2", taller than me, but smaller than the tall fag bipolar nut job. Son of a cop, no less. Son of a cop, always boasting and bragging about his gold-plated PBA card. I'm like, oh my! This is a man who's never been punished for any. He's never been pushed around. He's never been punished for anything. Son of a cop. My dad's a retired chief of police. I'm like, oh god. Yeah, Gus Fring. He was in Breaking Bad, but I used the box cutter. Okay. Yeah, Henry Rollins is 6'2". The tall fag who threatened me was 6'5". I'm 5'9". Well, 5'9 1/4. Last time I was measured. Whoop de doo. I just round down 5'9". I'm not one of those who tries to add an inch or two. I'm just realistic. The nurse was like, "Oh, you're not." The nurse asked me, "How tall do you think you are?" I said, 5'9". She goes, then she measures me and she goes, "You're not 5'9". So I thought maybe I shrank because that could happen. She goes, "You're not 5'9". You're 5'9 1/4". Like I'd be all excited. I'm just like, oh, okay. Now, doggo food. Who are you asking this question to? I'm confused. Yes, Loth. It is brutal for us. Yeah, Dodo, I'm not sure. Are you talking to me or someone else? I can't answer your question. I have no idea what happened to Emily. I'm not even sure who Emily is. Was one of the ones in Dumb's chat, so I can't answer that. I have not gone Joker yet. Yet. I heard. I actually really loved that Joaquin Phoenix, the first movie. I saw it. I thought it was brilliant. I didn't see the second, but I hear it's a musical. It's like way to ruin something. I honestly think that that movie shouldn't have had a sequel. You know, I never saw The Dark Knight with Heath Ledger. I think it was overhyped. Like he died and he went to a crazy way. Never saw that, but the one with Joaquin Phoenix, and it wasn't really a superhero movie. It was more about like a guy going nuts. I thought it was brilliant. The first one. I read that the second one's a musical, which kind of ruins the first one. Let's see. Destroyed by Floyd says he's out. Dang, I'm out. I didn't even know you were here. Nice to see you. Thank you for coming in, and you can go out. All right. So what else is new tonight? No, toucans. I do not have children. No, I don't have any children that I know of. I wouldn't want kids. Not at this point in life. Christ, no. Yeah, I couldn't imagine my life without you know tobacco and alcohol. But it's probably not good for you. But those of us with addictive personalities, remember, I have autism, ADHD, PTSD, avoidant personality disorder, a whole slew of shit. So, would you really call that wait? That thing you do is that the wonders you're talking about? Every time you do that thing you do, that wasn't really a musical per se. The one with Tom Hanks. Yes, I'm diagnosed with autism, ADHD. I actually learned a new term. It's called awe. See, ADHD. There's And I think it's great because you know what a typical Spurg looks like and a typical ADHD looks like. You put them together, you get something. That's why my shrink's like, well, I don't think you have autism. When you add the ADHD, what it means is you're still a fucking fuck up Spurg, but instead of being all, you're like you can actually talk, but it ends very poorly. No, I wasn't diagnosed with OCD. I think I have what they call pure O. Pure O, which is purely obsessional. It's You don't have purely obsessive compulsive. You don't have the rituals. Like I don't feel the need to wash my hands. I don't feel the need to walk in and out of the same door 20 times. No, I don't have rituals. So for that reason, I didn't get OCD. But there's something called pure O. I think I would qualify because I get the same repetitive thoughts in my head many times. But no, I don't have the actual OCD with the rituals. Like I gotta wash my hands 20 times a day. No, thank God. Got enough problems in life. Yeah. Cause we could be happy, can't you see? Tell me, I try sometimes to forget you, girl, but it's just so hard to do. Every time you do that thing you do. I wouldn't really call that a musical. They had that one song, maybe they did a second song. I didn't think of that as a musical, but yeah, I was a teenager when that came out. Tom Hanks was their manager. I remember that. Well, things are kind of dying down now. I wanted to pop in, say hi to everybody. Yes, Kevin Mebanks. They were from Erie, Pennsylvania. Yes, King Frog, you need a geek bar. You should be proud, Lone Hiker. They live in the same town as the fictional band The Wonders from that movie. That thing you do. I'm 5'9", toucans. I'm 5'9". Did I just say that earlier? Did I just tell you like 5-10 minutes ago? Last time I went for a medical exam, they took my height. I'm 5'9.25". I just explained this. Pay attention, or is the stream lagging again? Wow, you're not even 21, man. Wow, I'm 42, so it's like I was on this. I've probably been on this planet longer than you've been alive. Isn't that crazy? I was your age or older when you were a newborn baby. That's crazy. Cherry Street, does that go down to the lake? So that means when you were a newborn baby, I was like 23. King Frog, I was older then than you are now by several years. Wow. I agree. If you're 19, you should try something. I understand it was over for me at 19, but I'd try something now. Yes, toucans. I'm 5'9". Yes. Yes, brutal. How tall are you? But then again, you're Mexican, so I wouldn't expect if you're honestly, because I'm a white guy, I'm a gringo. 5'9" is it used to be average, now it's kind of short. 5'9" is still pretty tall for a Latino. So how tall are you to toucans? Well, that's interesting. You must be like a guy. That's probably why you do so well. Why you're such a slayer, such a Chad, because that's pretty fucking tall for a spick. No, I don't mean in a bad way. It's pretty fucking tall for a Mexican. Most Mexicans I interact with are smaller than I am. A Mexican my height is considered tall. So 6 foot for a Hispanic is pretty good. So you're a Chad. You're a Chadriguez. Is that freezing up? No, I'm gonna get a beer. How's this? This is like freezing up on my end. I'm gonna go get a beer. Give me a sec. Let's see if that comes into focus. Why is this all out of focus? Yes, I'd imagine if you're 6 foot tall, that's pretty tall. That's decent size, especially for a Latino. So that's pretty good. 6 foot tall Mexican. I'd expect you to do somewhat okay. Yes, Senor Rodriguez. Rico, suave. Rico, suave. I'm right back. I'm actually gonna close this. Well, actually, no. Went back into focus. So I guess I can leave this open or close this up. I'll be right back. See if I come back. I wanted to go back into focus. Oh, some of you are still here, I see. That's cool. I'm going to pour myself a biche. Biche. I shouldn't drink so much. But oh well. I know what it's like, man. This has really drained you. I love talking to people, but it drains you. It's like, wow. You know, I feel like depressed and anxious most of the day. When I do this, it's sort of cathartic. Oh, he owns Interscope Records. That's cool. I didn't even know Interscope Records was still around, me Banks, but hey, it's cool. Actually, let me see if I can find. I want to show you something. I think it's right here. If I, I remember when I was a teenager, my brother. Hold on. If I can find the damn thing. Ooh. So I remember growing up, a teenager, my brother bought a pair of Airwalks, and they gave him a free CD. My brother was slow to get into music, so I sort of just took it. And I think this was Interscope Records. By Interscope Records. Oh, this is going to come in. This is Airwalk Guide to Music. Airwalk Guide to Music. A nice curio from like almost 30 years ago. But I remember this. I don't know if Airwalks even exist anymore. But yeah, see. They gave it to you with a pair of Airwalks, free CD. And it includes bands such as it's falling apart. This is probably the original case. It's broken and busted. You can tell CD doesn't sit in the case anymore because it's all cracked up. See that? There's a nice little curio from yesteryear, from my teenage years. Let's see, it was like it was a new case or something. This is kind of fucked up. But anyway, a band. I always like the opening song, Possum Dixon. Your emergency's about to end. It's got a song by No Doubt. Sorry, I'm not home right now. Walking in the spider webs. Let's see a few other bands you might recognize. Like there's a song by the Toadies, but it's not the one about I will treat you well. It's another one called I Burn by the Toadies. There's something by the Brian Setzer Orchestra. It's interesting little curio. See that? What the hell? How about that? Airwalk Guide to Music. And I'm coming over. Christ, let me in. Wake up and roll over, cause I'm coming in. Your emergency's about to end. Your emergency's about to end. There you see your emergency. End, cut, stop, end, stop, cut, out. Yeah, Possum Dixon. Whatever happened to them. Your emergency's about to end. Best song on that album, probably. Possum Dixon, compilation album. Yep, so good thing I had that CD to remember Airwalk by. No, the Smoking Popes aren't on that one. They're on the. I haven't. Should I dig that out again from my teenage years? I have. I was listening to that not too long ago. Hold on. I was actually listening to that recently. I bought this when I was a teenager. Angus, the soundtrack. Smoking Popes are on this one, I think. The Angus soundtrack. Ah. Oh. I guess he did Toucans. I was never really interested in that. I think he did. I don't know. Oh, Froglet, don't feel bad. Are you white or black or Hispanic or what are you, King Froglet? Look at the Angus. What are some of the songs? It's been a while. Okay, let's see. There's a song by Green Day, song by Weezer. That's why I got this. They were both very big at the time. But some the band Ash. Jack names the planets after you. Jack names the planets after you. Jack names the planets after you. You. Yeah. Welcome to Cthulhu Sloth. You were probably just a little boy then. I was a teenager at the time. Weezer and Green Day were the two, like on the Angus was a new movie in the soundtrack, and it listed Green Day, Weezer, and a bunch of bands I'd never heard of, like Tilt or Pansy Division. So I'm like, oh, Green Day and Weezer. Oh, okay, that sounds cool. I like them. Now I'm having fun. My CDs are right here. Do you want to see the first 3 CDs I got when I was in middle school? When I was like 12 or 13, the very first 3 CDs. We got our first CD player. My parents bought them for me. I still have them. I'll show you that real quick. I'll show you my first 3 CDs, which I still have because they were all, when I was in middle school. That's what the hell. I've always enjoyed music. So these are my first 3 CDs. No more cassette tapes. We got a CD player. One was this one. This is it, the actual CD, Weezer, the Blue Album. One was this one, Green Day, Dookie, really popular when I was like 13. And this one has a brown instead of black plastic. It's falling apart. Brown instead of black. And apparently, in later years, there was a photo on the back. You see like Ernie and several other puppets from a Green Day concert. As the years went on, they edited out, they photoshopped Ernie out, and then this whatever the hell this bird thing, this toucan in the back is. So yeah, but this is the original pressing. And the third, my third CD was, where did I put it? Right here. This one. I love this. This is what I loved when I was fucking 13. Offspring, Smash, alternative music. So what the hell? It's fun to share things because who else would care about this? I lost track of where I was question wise. Toucans, yes, I have gotten wasted as fucked enraged once in a blue moon. Not too often. Only when I feel really like attacked and down. Was Ben Stiller in that movie? Me Banks, which movie are you talking about? Angus? I don't recall him being in that movie. Yeah, King Frog to sing a Weezer song. That was their first big hit. I look just like Buddy Holly. Yeah. Well, you've learned some of my musical interests, Cthulhu Sloth. And then when I was in my 20s, I would just download anything I liked. No more recording from the radio onto a cassette tape. I would just download whatever, anything and everything. I have all kinds of shit music. What was your first CD, B Banks? No, I was not emo. I didn't even hear the. I never heard the term emo until I was in my 20s. When I was a kid, I'm sure maybe the term existed on the West Coast or something. Kids who dressed like that were considered goth kids. I remember this one blonde kid. He looked like one of the Hanson brothers, and then he started dressing like Marilyn Manson, the trench coat and all that. So they called him Marilyn Hanson. Marilyn Hanson in the pre-Columbine days. But they were goth kids, not emos. I never heard the term emo in high school, and I wasn't a goth. No. I was never really a metalhead, but I remember some kid I went to school with made me a mixtape of his favorite metal. And I like something like he had like some Ozzy and some Pantera. So I'd listen to some Metallica. I'd listen to the mixtape, but I was never a metal dude. Yep. What in the world happened to you before you started talking? You used to have a brain. Hey, now you don't get even the simplest of things. Yep. I remember that one. That's on this one, right? That's on Smash. Good album. After this, they became like an establishment, and their music became all. Well, things are slowing down now. Hey, Toucans, how old are you? I forget. How old are you? I know Cthulhu Sloth's in his 30s. I like them. I never had their album. I was already like 17 by then. I liked a few of their songs. I never had a. I might have downloaded a few of their songs. Actually, I remember. Now we're getting nostalgic. This is becoming a nostalgia stream. Blink 182 came out. I think their first song was that song. Well, I guess this is growing up. No, 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 no. Maybe I'll see you. Movie sneak preview. That was their first song. Around the same time, there was a similar song by a different band, which I always loved. It was a one-hit wonder. It was cause I'll still feel the same. Cause I'll still feel the same here in her bedroom. I remember those two songs sounded similar. I thought they were the same band at first. But Blink 182 was I guess this is growing up. And there was a Goldfinger or something, I still feel the same. Yeah, Damn It was the name of the song by Blink 182. And you'll smile and I'll wave and pretend. Well, I got happen once again. I'll turn to a friend, someone who understands. Well, I guess this is growing up. That song came out around this. That was their first hit. Came out at the same time as a one-hit wonder, different band but similar style. Cause I'll still feel the same here in her bedroom. I like that one better. Here in her bedroom. I'll take your word for it, me Banks. I never had the album. I just remember the song from the radio. Well, I don't know, Toucans. How do I even take donations? I don't know anything about that. I don't have any links or give me monies, give me that. So before I even think about going crazy and doing dumb shit, I can't. That's right. You told me you were 38. I'm sorry, Toucans. You're right. You're 38, and you started going gray at 28. I forgot. I'm sorry. My memory is a little shitty. It's hard to keep track. Yeah, you're right. Where was I? Yeah, I like Stone Temple Pilots. They're pretty good. I don't know the Delio brothers. I've looked them up. Delio brothers. I don't know who Hacker Lewis is. Hacker Lewis can't lose, but but now which one? Think about SDP. I always forget which song is which. Which one is? And I feel time's a ways to go. Is it raining in your bedroom? Is that Interstate Love song? Which one's Plush? Like I know the songs, but which one's named what? Which one's Plush again? I don't know. It depends how crazy and how much you're gonna give me. I mean, you want me to eat a piece of dog shit for $10? It ain't gonna happen. I mean, so which one is Interstate Love song? Which one's which again? And I'm breathing where you going tomorrow. And I feel when the dogs begin to spread. That's okay. So Plushes and no wait, they're the same. Is it raining in your bedroom? And I see it. No, I'm trying to be real. No, I want to put these CDs back before I lose them because it's on this chair here. So I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go over here and put them away. Ah, actually, this is one I gotta say. My brother and I were listening to this other night. Hadn't heard it in years. I always love this one. I got this at the record exchange in Princeton, in a time before eBay and Amazon and all that shit. The only place to buy, not as commercial music, like these little record shops. And I always love this one. You know this one, the Mr. T Experience. Love is Dead, Mr. T Experience. These guys. Who the hell are these guys? Dr. Frank and all that. No, no, nobody. Yep, Me Banks, PREX, Princeton Record Exchange. Yep, when I was like 14, 15. Yep, because you couldn't order these things online yet. Either a mail order catalog or if you live near a nice record exchange. There you go. See, good album, very good album. Hey, Cthulhu Sloth, do you have like a? You should have like your own website. Do you have like a YouTube channel for your band playing live or whatever? Well, you should. A lot of those bands they upload images or videos of them like playing or performing, or they put the sound files on one of those those websites. You should do that. We'd love to hear your band doing a cover of some Stone Temple Pilots. I like the song. They had a few years after all that. They had the song with it's called Sour Girl. What would you do? What would you do if I followed you? I thought that was on their almost like Beatles ish catchy tune. Sarah Michelle Gellar was in the music video. She was a sour girl the day that she met me. What would you do? Good, Sloth. I want to hear you. I want to hear your music. The Eagles, I always think of. You ever see the movie The Big Lebowski? He gets beaten up and he's in the back of a cab, and the cab driver's this African guy, but he's listening to like peaceful, easy feeling. And Lebowski's like, hey, the dude, can you change the radio station? What, do you have a problem with my music? Oh, look, I had a bad night and I really fucking hate the Eagles. Can you change the radio station? And the taxi driver throws him out. But I like the Eagles. Yep. Yep. Yes, they took their name from what that was a song in Magical Mystery Tour, the movie. There's some lounge band singing "Death Cab for Cutie," and the band took that name. They came, I think they had that song because they were like, after I was in my 20s, they had the song "Gotta Take Some Time, Love." You gotta take some time with me. I think that was Death Cab for Cutie. I think. Maybe I'm mistaken. I don't know. I don't know, Lone Hiker. Can you actually see him? Where is he? Where's he standing? We don't know. Well, the camera's running out of focus. Maybe that was him. Well, things are slowing down, but it's nice. It's good to talk to you folks. I just gotta just shave and record myself shaving. I'll probably cut my hair too, but first I'll shave. I'll shave this off. I'm gonna go all natural. I keep talking about it. I think it's time to do it. That's weird. This just fell over. I don't think it was a poltergeist. I think it was the way. These are some. I bought these once. I don't really use them. Some sleep gummies just fell over. That happens from time to time. But it is a bit eerie because I went like that. I banged my desk. Probably shook this up, but that is a bit eerie. There you go, Lone Hiker. That's your poltergeist. Yes, it's the ghost of Heather O'Rourke herself. Yes, from the Poltergeist movie. She haunts this room. But I mean, she's got to be like 17 by now, right? That's an American Dad reference. That was weird. I mean, I guess there's a perfectly rational explanation, but still a little eerie. You saw that. You saw that, Lone Hiker. This thing fell over. This jar of. Right over here. I got. This is the monitor. It fell off the monitor. I had it up here. See? It fell. Yeah, I was singing that, Me Banks. Gotta take some time, love. You gotta take some time with me. Catchy tune. Anyway, what was I? Yeah, I mean, I was first thinking about trimming it or going down to goatee. I'm thinking I'll just fucking shave it all off and see where I end up. Go from there. Yep. Yes. Jenny Jones. Ah, seems like only yesterday, but times have come a long way since those days. Well, seems like we're winding down. Yep. Poltergeist is my sidekick tonight. Yep. In a sideshow Clique's absence, the Poltergeist is. Yes, yes, me Banks. You know you can always go on Ricky Lake. Don't give it to me, baby. Yeah, Fly for a White. That was on Americana, I think, right? I remember that one. Yep. So what else before I go? Is there anything else we need to deeply discuss? I'm getting ready to leave, but I'm like, I enjoy talking to you, but I think we're kind of dying down. We got our fix. We got out of our systems. We all said our hellos. We did our thing. We've taken the drug. We've done our part. Well, DBF, you were here briefly. You said I'm out, so I didn't even know you were still here. I mean, I can stick around a little longer. I'm not really. It's not like I have anywhere to be. I got to get up and go to work tomorrow or something. But you know. Oh, listen. This is interesting. I mentioned I might be getting off soon, and Me Banks is retracting all of his messages. Interesting. You're one of those types. You like to leave a trail. You retract everything. All of Me Banks's messages are retracted. Yeah, so even if I stay on for another hour, I guess he's not going to participate, or he'll make sure to retract. That's interesting, Me Banks. You made some good points. Why are you retracting everything? Scrolling up. That's interesting. Yeah, wow, look at this. I'm scrolling up. Mebanks is deleting everything he wrote in this chat. Wow. Gaming. DBF, you were gaming when you could have been watching me? I don't care. It's interesting how Mebanks, he thinks I'm getting off, which I probably am, but I'm at that point where should I get off? And it's going to turn to another 40 minutes. I don't know. What I do know is Mebanks is deleting everything. Wow. Yes. Cthulhu Sloth, it's a shame because Mebanks had some good, some good things he said here. I enjoyed it, but wow, he's got to delete it all. Yes, I know, DBF, you were gaming. You could have been watching me, but you chose to game instead. I see. I don't know, Lone Hiker. Perhaps. Perhaps. Hello. Well, now Tara Norquay's here, so we got to stay a little longer because DBF came back. He gave up gaming briefly to look at me, and we got Tara Norquay. Does Mebanks do that in everyone's stream or just this one? I wonder. Well, we were having a nice chat, Lone Hiker, and then you quickly panicked almost, and I'm like, "The hell's your problem?" Who's Hacker? Hacker was trapping a mouse, Tara. Wow. Still a little beer left in here, just a little bit. A touch. A touch. I almost feel like I don't know, like you want to retract everything. It's like, why even be on YouTube? What are you so afraid of? Like, really? Wow. I understand you're afraid to show your face or afraid of whatever, but to even hide things you've written, it's like, geez. It's kind of. Well, it seems like this stream is pretty much dying. Okay, so I can twirl this for a few minutes and a wizard. Ugh. Well, that's very kind of you, Tara. You want to pop in and show your support. That's kind, but if you have somewhere else you'd rather be, then you don't have to be here. But thank you. It was nice to see you. Nice to see you, but you don't have to, hang around just because there's not much doing here, not much going on. We're just sort of, we talked about beards. We talked about some CDs from when I was a teenager. We had a nice chat, but oh, is Hacker the name of your cat? You were watching your cat trap a mouse, or who's Hacker? Yeah, I'm sort of like, well, I don't really know not much else to discuss, and I'm like, I'm kind of listless. Like, I enjoy the stream, but okay. So, Lone Hiker, are you at work right now? Or you're working? You're like in the guardhouse or something? Or Tara Norquay uh, helped him out with some things to get the infestation of his trailer under control. Like what? You sent him money or something? Or... I'll look him up. What's it? Post the link. I'll look him up later. Hacker Lewis can't lose. That was very nice of you, Tara. Oh, that's cool, Lone Hiker. So you're off tonight. Cool. I will tell you what, before I get off, post his link. I'll check him out later. How do I find him? Hunter Lewis. What's his well, can't you copy and paste? Just copy and paste the channel? You and me both, Lone Hiker. I see. Okay. Well. I'll look it up in a bit. All right. Well, Lone Hiker, you're still in touch with your high school friends? I'm tired. I still got some. I'll take a quick piss, get one more beer, and I'll see how much longer we're gonna do this. If you want to stay and talk amongst yourselves, go ahead, or not, whatever. Do I shave tonight? Do I just say screw it and go shave? I'm on the fence. Yeah. Now, Lone Hiker, aren't you like damn near 40? You've been out of high school for like what, 20 years now? I mean, how many of them do you still keep in touch with anyway? I don't keep in touch with anyone I went to high school with. Hmm. Wow. Seems like I don't know much to say, much else to do. Do I shave tonight? Do I shave tomorrow? I don't know. I don't know. I should shave at some point. I've been meaning to do it. I got this multi-pot thing. I got this some time ago. I was thinking about doing. I'll show you. For those who are watching. Setting up a little stand in the bathroom and shaving, making a video of it. So I might do that tonight or tomorrow. Thinking about it. You can talk to yourselves while I figure this out. I guess the cell phone would go in this. Okay. And the stretches. Cool. Maybe I'll make this work. Because I want to share my shaving experience with whomever. I'm just sort of sitting here, talk amongst yourselves while I zone out and think of my life and contemplate things. So, and we go out of focus when I do that. Okay, interesting. I get it back into focus. Back into focus.